If you haven't watched the film yet, I suggest going here to watch it. Have you watched it? Right, good. Hi, I'm Ren, and I was the associate producer, animator, mocap performer, and story person for Shadow of the Republic. Over the past 3 to 5 months as we've been working on it, I've done quite a lot of mocap cleanup and just a little bit of hand-keyed animation. These varied from pretty good from the get-go to kind of average and needed reworking later on to just goddamn awful and you cannot fix it. And I thought I might as well show you some of this stuff. If you're here looking for a certain topic, I'll leave timestamps here. Hopefully that helps you. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry. So the first thing I'm going to show is some hand-keyed animation I did because none of the mocap was looking right for this scene. So I decided to change the scene up and just add some hand animated stuff to it to see if it would look better, and it did. It looked so much better. This was completely against what we were supposed to be doing, as we decided at the start of the film that hand-keyed animation would take way too long to do and that we were never going to do it, and then I did it anyway. So this scene had a few iterations because what's in the original script is not what's in the final film, and that's mainly my fault. So the start of the scene goes about as planned, except in the script version it's Riggs diving around the corner and not Wit. It states that Vale pushes down the corridor, grabs the clone's rifle, shoots him in the chest, grabs his face and slams it into a wall. That is not how this scene went out. For people wondering which scene this is, I'll show you what it actually ended up looking like now. That came out very differently to the storyboard. Okay, so I've opened up my Maya scene for the original slam before I ended up hand-keying it. I've not actually fully watched how awful this was yet. Let's watch it together. How bad's this gonna be? I don't even think this is... Oh dear lord. That looks more synced now. Oh dear lord. So as you can see from that, it just wasn't coming out right. I half knew it wasn't going to come out right as soon as I saw it in the blockouts that we made. So one night, me and Cindy are talking about it, and I just decided that instead of him slamming the guy's head into the wall, we should just have him fully just ram the dude. Mostly because I had already animated a bit of a run cycle by that point, and it was going too fast for him to actually grab the gun. So I just decided to use that momentum instead of completely reanimating it. Basically, the scene came in because I was lazy. So for most of the short, mocap is used so that we didn't have to go and animate everything. The original plan for this was I was going to do all of it. That's applying the mocap, repositioning like certain body parts to match the rig we're using, and then de-jittering it. But due to personal life problems that were kind of unexpected to say the least, I wasn't able to really do that. So Cine had to kind of spearhead that part of it and then send all the animations he did to me for de-jittering. For people who don't know the difference between repositioning and de-jittering, repositioning is when you kind of take the raw mocap and you change certain bones so that it doesn't look like their arm is going through their chest. And de-jittering is when you just stop it from shaking so goddamn much. For example, so here we have the basic Shadow of the Republic rig. As you can see, it's just a basic kind of Republic Commando. You'll see this FBX here that was taken out of the Rococo software by Cine. So if I download this real quick, you'll see that now the character has all the animations, but it doesn't look quite right. So the first thing you gotta do is attach the hand to the gun, which is pretty simple. You just position it out so that it looks like it's gonna attach to the gun. Parent the constraint. And bada bing bada boom, the hand is now stuck to the gun. The other half of Cine's job was to go into the anim layer, which we would create after we baked the keys onto the controllers, and reposition all the controllers so that it would fit the animation better. There you go, not looking too shabby. Now once Cine had done this, then my job comes into play where I have to take away all the jitters in the mocap. For example, if I was to go in the hip controller here, you'll see that quite literally every frame has a keyframe. Now this can cause quite a lot of jitter, especially in the gun. Now quite an easy way of doing this, as shown in some of Cinny's videos, is to take some of the keys that just kind of look jittery. You can tell when they look jittery when they're like this. Take a whole batch of them and delete them so that you make the curve on the graph about as smooth as it can be while still keeping the movement. This is a very credible method of doing it and is pretty much industry standard. One piece of mocap that was especially painful to do was the walk cycle. For around about, I want to say 3/4 of production, we had this same walk cycle that was so awfully made. It would lag across the screen, it would be shaking everywhere, it just didn't look good. Now the savior Cinematic Captures decided that he didn't want that in his film, and rightfully so, and because I was so awful at fixing that walk cycle, he just decided to make a completely new one which looks so much better. Once he had made that, he gave it to me, I cleaned it up so it was no longer jittery, fixed some of the leg movements, and then we put it in the film and it looked so much better. Alright, by this point I've already talked for quite a while and it's getting quite late, so I'll make this one quick. Throughout recording all the mocap, we realised some our mocap suit and big metal rooms do not go well together. We were well warned that metal screws with the suit, but what we didn't realize is where we were shooting all the mocap had metal in the walls, so we basically ended up shooting in a big metal room, which was the one environment we were told not to record in. Combining this with the multiple ragdoll failures we had during the process of making this, and it came out with a pretty funny blooper reel. Thought I might as well just show a few of them. What have you done? Cinny, you broke the scene! Thanks for watching my behind the scenes video. If you enjoyed, then please subscribe and leave a like. It'd be greatly appreciated. I've got other content, not just behind the scenes, I promise. Also, if you haven't already, I don't know why you would have watched this video before watching it, but go watch the short film. If you have already watched it, watch it again, please. It took so long to make. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.